All right. Excuse me. So we're going to be modeling stuff. Clothing. Specifically. Sorry to burp. All right. Um, I really want to work on a spell book, but I have to exhibit some restraint and work on important things. Ooh. All right. So here's the cowboy outfit. What we'd like to do is make sure the low polys are ready. And then there's a few other low poly, or there's some other clothing we need to create as well. Let me open up this. So we'll make a new collection for the casual outfit. I'm tired. Sleepy. I am sleepy. Okay. Got a shirt. I'll make the shorts. All right. I wish you could isolate. Huh. I think I might make a better mirror. Because one thing I'd like with the mirror modifier is a vertex group to determine what should actually merge. But I actually can do that with a weld modifier. I just don't really want to do both. But I could also just add the weld. For shorts, it does make sense to do. Yeah. Full merge by distance. Okay. And that way, we don't have to worry about these points right here. Even though they intersect, we don't have to worry about them combining. Because that is annoying when that happens. It does happen quite a bit. Though I'm going to have to recreate this in a little bit. Because we're going to use a multi-resolution instead. All right. Let's make a backup copy as well. All right, for this one, we will apply the mirror, get rid of the subdivision, and add a multi-res. And go in here, start sculpting the heck out of it. There's really no reason trying to fight a subdivision to get a perfect fit. It just go ahead and start sculpting it. Multi-res is the way to go. It's such a pain to have to try and get certain things to behave certain ways. We're going to move down one level on the sculpt so I can work at a higher resolution, or a larger resolution. No, it's not quite what I mean either. Whatever. Switch to random on my color. Hello, Arctic. Welcome back. Hope you're faring well in the heat. Evening now, so it's calmed down. Good. Good. My sleep schedule has really been struggling with the summer. When the time the sun goes down. Just up so late now. Really messes with me. I didn't feel like every summer I rediscover this. Hello, Riso. Welcome back. Like, oh man, sleeping. I really actually need sleep all the time. I do sleep better in the winter. I would assume most people do. Came here to say hi, but I'm about to take a shower. BRB. Sounds good. No, that's good actually. I'll leave it right there. All right, pretty good. Now do the same with the shorts. We will go ahead and apply the mirror. Got blackout curtains for that reason. Only problem is it makes it so easy to sleep way too late on the weekends. Fair. Five more minutes. Said that an hour ago. There's this YouTube channel, Britannic. And they have my favorite skit about sleeping in. It's so funny. I'm just gonna share it really quick because there you go. Enjoyed that, everyone. Excuse me. All right, so we've got that. Let's turn off, or let's make a new folder in here for the reference called Cowboy. And we'll drop this one in there and turn it off. And with the reference selected, there's a few other ref images I need to grab. I made these way too long. I got a little drawstring on them. Let's take the shirt, hide it, and now we'll fit it. Sounds like a conversation happening with my own brain trying to get up in the morning. My favorite part is, hello, yes, I'm Brian. Brian. All right. Short shorts. It's a good start. Goodness. I think I should go and hide all of the tufts. That makes it a little bit hard to see what the final result be like. But yeah, it's okay for right now. I guess I could have shrink wrapped it. I'm back. What are you doing? We are switching over to a commission that I started last week for this doggo. And so this is an avatar I made 2 years ago now. And we're giving him a clothing update. Well, thank you. I'm very tempted to try and cloth sim it. All right, we'll try it really quick. Okay, so to do that, we're gonna duplicate him. Go here, and we'll make a new collection called Sim. And we'll call this Sim. And what we want to do is select the body, invert the selection, delete everything else. Oh, I can actually just hide the tufts. That's okay. Figure that out later. Move this into Sim. Take the main body, hide it, and we will delete the delete a few things for this test. The reason I'm deleting so much is simply that we don't want to be calculating stuff we don't need for a simulation. All right, so that's there. We'll add a collision to it. Give it thickness outer 0.005. Go to the casual outfit here. We'll apply the multi-res. Well, we'll unsubdivide once, then apply it. Then we'll add a cloth sim. Hit play. Not enough space. Turn up the quality a little bit. And we'll do collisions, quality 3, distance 0.00. Hello, welcome. Welcome back, bro. You can really see the grid of the shirt coming through. But it does drape across the chest nicely. Or right here. I like that. Maybe what we'll do is take the shape, shrink it just a little, see what that does. Maybe no need to shrink. We will subdivide this though. Okay, I think that's good. I'm going to go ahead and mesh this again, add a multi-resolution, subdivide it, and unsub, unsub. I go one more? I can. I don't need to, but I will. And now we can actually go in and sculpt. Okay, just a quick way to get some free detail in there and make it conform to the body really nicely. Free real estate. Yeah, I feel like that gave it a decent amount of detail. And some of these don't look very nice, so we'll get rid of a few of them. A little bit too much wrinkling there. All right. Then we're going to do the same thing with the shorts. Hello, Supan Samarakun. Samarakun. Hello, welcome. We are about to do some cloth simulation. That may have been too many, but we'll give it a shot. Not collision, cloth. And then this one we will shrink a little. It's a little too dense. Still a little too dense, but the collision is too large. For both that. This one. The intersecting. Definitely falling. So we'll make them a little bit bigger. And then we'll also, I guess what we'll do is we'll take the top portion, extrude this, actually need to cut it a few more times if I want to be able to subdivide it again later. Cut it there, and then we'll take the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will add a pin group. Assign it. We'll also add a shrink wrap. Put it up top and snap it to the body. But it should only be the pin. There. Looks like I can do some suspenders to keep those shorts on. Ooh, those are way too much detail. Let's turn the let's get rid of the subdivision. All right, we have to add the shape pin. Yeah, too much frump in the back. Room for droopage. Okay, let's also up this a little bit more. Really wish it wouldn't go through the body. That would be nice. Why is it doing that? Because my scale's off. That didn't help. But now that the scale's changed, maybe this needs to change too. Still kind of frumpy. We're going in. Okay, let's try to vacuum seal it to the butt, I guess. Hello, Ray. Welcome. How you doing? We're working on some shorts right now. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing quite well. Doing quite well. We're having some fun making some shorts. Let's do pressure. We're going to do negative pressure. Wow. Wish I had been here when you started. Well, you may have missed me starting the clothing, but the avatar we're working on right now, I made like 2 years ago. So you didn't miss that part of it, at least. That makes you feel better. I still feel like it shouldn't be getting pulled into the body at all. Let's go to the cloth. And, let's just turn up the quality steps. That would probably help. Yeah, there we go. Still not super great. Definitely an improvement though. Let me turn off the pressure this time. Still getting some kind of little bumps right here. Is that from the lower body? No. Oh, well, I can smooth those out. Sculpting. We're going to up that subdivision level once. Here. Goal is something pretty form-fitting. Something like this. It's kind of what we want. Maybe I will take the pin group and we'll select it and then assign the weight at 0.25. So it's just not as strong. It's like a little bit of pull, but it's not as strong. Didn't really seem to help. Messages didn't show in stream. Sometimes they don't, restreams not that great, unfortunately. And the butt looks bad. The butt looks bad. Right, it just seems a little odd. Posted the demo video of VRC Trader, saw that a lot of artists actually would buy my add-on. Absolutely. B2B, business to business, is actually the biggest market in the world. Maybe we'll add a little bit of pin on the bottom too. No, just aren't doing what I would expect. Blender's random X mirror breaking is a curse. Actually, that is what Ariso is kind of talking about. I don't know if maybe you saw more messages than I did. And yeah, so Ariso is working on an add-on for it. Where you start, where you make the clothes. I just make I always make boxes, always make cubes. Always cubes, always boxes. I really want these side wrinkles. How do I do that? Maybe we add, this will be weird. Maybe we add a hook mod. Not quite sure how this will work. Let's get rid of the shrink wrap. And replace it instead with a hook here, which will attach to pin. Oh, interesting. Okay. So here, it's there. Then a few frames over. I it will be. Here. Let's turn off pressure for this. That actually does work pretty well. What we'll also do is go into the weight paint and smooth the heck out of it. Like this. Select those boundary loops one more time. Assign. Smooth. Let's see. That may be too much, but I want to see. And then it suddenly explodes. Funny. Hello, Electro. Welcome. My method is probably not the norm, then. I mean, there's not really a wrong way to do it as long as your end result works. I have a whole workflow for attempting to fix X mere goofs. It's not an absolute certain I'm not the only person who's produced angry tears no matter how many methods you use to mirror. Something that sometimes just breaks for no reason. Even just applying a mirror modifier can break symmetry. Why, Blender? Yeah. Why is it suddenly... Maybe we do the hook after the subdivision. It's definitely too much. Let's reduce the gravity. Or maybe I have just a little bit too many subdivisions on it. That's okay. This, I can't do the multi-res because that'll break it. But I don't have any UV groups yet, so try that instead. Still not that great. Okay. Could the clipping be the cause of it imploding? It doesn't have any self-collision right now. Now you do avatar classes. Do you think you'll do any classes focused on just making outfits? Yeah, I would like to. I think that sounds really fun to me. Yeah, I think I will. All right, let's get rid of the hook mod. What if I just shrink it? Scale it. Hmm. I wonder if we can just do something like this. Let's change the type. Interesting, that does change quite a bit. Let's see, silk. Almost. Hate when my shorts do that. Hello, Namers. Good evening. Welcome. A lot of arts friend of mine gets very positive feedbacks. Chances are I'll work on it after my commissions are done. Good call. I want it to look like this. How do I do that? Why don't we try removing everything? And then we'll go to the top, sign this, and then smooth it. And then set the gravity to -1. That's closer. That is closer to what I want. So maybe -0.5 or so. A little bit stronger. Darn, it looks good here, but then now the back looks really weird. Okay, then let's turn off gravity completely, and we'll try doing a force. Multi-res sculpt base sets pose tool to get the folds of the cloth. There's just not a lot of geometry here. I could sculpt it if I wanted to. That's not even affecting it. That's not what we're seeing here. You're fine. Let's turn on self collisions and try the pressure one more time. That's no good. Um, just not quite there, but I think this is a better starting point. So I'm going to mesh it, and we'll go in and start sculpting it. I could keep messing around with the cloth simulation all day. I like learning those things, but I think that I could definitely keep going. I could keep going. So we'll go ahead and kind of call it here for that. It's always a question of like, how do you get that kind of effect with the sim? You have to figure that out fully, or to really understand what it takes to get a fully featured cloth simulation. I think it's too high up. Is improving Blender's simulation on Blender's roadmap? They are adding simulations to geometry nodes, so I think yes, but not necessarily like simulations on its own, but definitely trying to make it very open for people to do whatever they want to do. That makes sense? Like, I think their goal is to do more what would be the word? User. Just give people more control. What is that tool again? There's a. I go here. Something tool. How do I grab the edge of something as a curve again? Where is it? Boundary? There we go. Should be smoother than that when I do this, but not quite mirroring. I think we'll have to figure that out. Annoying. Okay. Not quite what I wanted. I may redo this whole thing. Not quite what I wanted. Well, thank you, Electro. Thank you. I do appreciate that. We're gonna do some unsubdividing though. Get back to a base level. Let's say right about here. Let's get rid of it and add a subdivision. This way. I should have done another multi-res just to get it off the body. That. We're gonna get one more go. One more go. Butt crack. Behold. Butt crack. Excuse me. This one we will do as a grab. Just to move it down. That should be the whole thing, please. Doesn't seem to grab everything sometimes. Is that because I have the symmetry on? All right. It'll be a little bit longer on the hip. We do have a tail too, so can I move it around that? All right. Let's try one more time the cloth, because I'm a masochist and I just want to try. That do. That looks good. Or something like that. And we'll mesh it again. A little off though. There we go. Now it's symmetrical. And then what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go back into sculpt. Plus. Oh, okay. Now I understand what you mean now, Electro. I see now. Oh. To grab, I need to grab the whole boundary though. Rotation origins topology, yes. It might just not be enough geometry to do this properly. Let's try ripping this again, adding a mirror, and then we'll just extrude this down, add a bunch of cuts. The face sets, you can control the rotation origins to get the folds where you want, not to experience that either. Let's take a look. Say sculpt mode, face sets from edit mode selection. Face sets. Face sets FK makes more sense. It's thinking. Or not. I'm clicking and dragging, but nothing really happened there. Whoa. Just a lot more influence than I expect. Max element distance. Maximum distance, search for disconnected loose parts in the mesh. Yes. I don't think that's it. Rotate, twist, scale, translate, squash, and stretch. Try squashing. Scaling. Seems to be just kind of moving at an odd angle. It's like rotating it up. Again, it's just kind of a little far. Let's see. If I get this radius super small, it's still affecting all the way up there. So let's try something else instead. Here's what we'll do. We will go ahead and apply the mirror, first of all. Second, we will actually use a mask. Do a line mask. This. And then do smooth mask. And then mask. Let's try it again in those. Still too strong. Let's go back to here. And we'll do Alt M, mask. Or face sets from selection. Oh, it's got to be super close. If it's not that, I don't know what else it is. Or maybe I don't need subdivision. I can add multi-res, subdivide. Ooh, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Not quite though, or not quite what we want. Let's just try the cloth brush. So interested in developing OSC software and OSC assets, for example, I'm thinking of developing an OSC server and mini AI. Full Phasmophobia inspired assets, for example, Spirit Box. These are games says, where are you? Server to detect that, send the answer through OSC and make the Spirit Box work organically in VRC. You should check out Resonite if you like that. Hmm. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, that's looking really good now. All right. We're learning, y'all. This Blender Secret got me this pro tip. Though I am curious, can we turn on collision? I feel like collision is not on for this. Is there a way to do that with collision? Yeah, I've learned a lot from him as well. Hmm. Oh, okay. Auto masking. Interesting. Oh, wow. These are okay. These are fascinating. I'm actually gonna back up to here because I'm quite intrigued by this view normal. And yeah, it only affected this front area. Let's have it go the other way. And that looks really good though. That I mean that looks like wrinkles. Let's do this a little bit bigger. A little bit smaller. Interesting. Plane. Radial. too strong. Simulation fall off. Area to apply deformation. Strong fall off. That just seems too strong. Maybe I have to turn down this strength a whole bunch. Hmm. Hmm. How much it preserves the original shape. Interesting. Oh, and there is a collision on this one. Ooh, laggy though. Oh, really laggy. All right. That may be... That could be a little too much. I do have a subdivision on the collider beneath this, but I mean, that does look really good. So I could turn down... Yeah, I'm going to back up a few more steps again. Right, and we're going to make a backup copy right now. We'll call this pre-clothing sculpt. Or, that's a very useless title, but that's okay. And then on the body, I'm going to get rid of the subdivision here because it's just a little bit too... yeah, anyway. So a cloth here, and if I have collision on, we grab this area. What happens if we pull this down? Get something like that, which isn't great, honestly. It's really not that good. The plane, also not that good. The boundary one's really where it's at for clothing, I feel. But I don't see an option for this one to turn on collision. Interesting what the trade-offs are. Symmetry for a second. So close. Right about there. I mean, that looks really good. That legitimately just looks like cloth. I mean, it is cloth wrinkles. There is no actual difference there. This is cloth. Does not do a very good job with the symmetry sometimes. It's a little bit more underwear than it is else though. Again, I really wish I was able to do collision for this side. I guess we'll have to use this one. Make sure symmetry's on. Cloth. Stroke method space. View. We want view normal. Is it like that? Okay. There's something about the way this is set up where it just doesn't quite work the same way. Uh, just gonna set it back to defaults. Try that again. So slow though. I wonder how I could speed this up. I could. I think I just have to avoid using collision for now, and I'll just adjust the mesh as best I can later. Um, like it'd be nice, but that doesn't seem to be working. So leave that there. Deformation, drag. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Push. Ah. Pinch point, pinch perpendicular. Fascinating. So I could. Oh, that's really good. Okay, so turn down the strength quite a bit. This would be really good for this spot, because that way I can do a sideways pinch that's not quite working. What's different? What's inflate versus expand? It does the same thing. Let's try this with the collision. It's so close to being good, and then I just feel like it kind of sucks. Try that again. Hmm. I think inflate's the right way to go. Maybe drag or push, but I can push outwards. And I have collision on, so I can do something like this, like a drag, and it should pull it this way, like I'm pitching and pulling. It's really slow though. Apparently that didn't do anything. This looks super good though, right here. Definitely very pleased with how that turned out. I'm gonna have to redo the symmetry again. But I do think the boundary with the cloth, that usually seems to be working the best. Yeah, it's on another level. It actually really, really works. Now, we also have the pose tool. So I think the grab one is the one that's disappointing. But the pose and the boundary tool work really well. But maybe we can use the pose tool like a boundary. So for example, if we had this one here, right now I have my face sets on scale, and I should be able to lock it to the view normal. So can I just scale this back section? Right. Does it have fucking... Scale translate. I want to scale just on the Z-axis. Damn, today's Julie could actually finish my first version of Miro functionality. Also live update promised my client date. Now I'm waiting for him to respond. Truly been great. Good. That's good to hear. Lock rotation. Scaling. No. Scale translate. Can I choose just translate? Or let's do squash. That's almost what I want. Again, if I had collision on this one, it'd be perfect. Now we're on face sets though. Maybe try just on this one here. Kind of. Not as good. Simulates an FK deformation using the face set under the cursor as control. Nothing seems to happen when I do that. I am using radius though. Interesting. And the squash and stretch seems to be forward. Yeah, not really what I'm expecting. Let's turn on mirror, I guess. It just popped. Kinda good. One butt cheek going straight into a black hole. All right, I think really it's the boundary brush. Or what's this one? Rotate. a pinch. And not super sold on that. Multi-res displacement smear. Smear. Auto masking face sets. Ah, right. Super slow. Rip Blender. Yep, pretty much. So I wonder, perhaps with the boundary brush, what I can do is instead hide certain things. So if I wanted to work on this area, what if I hide that? Can I use the boundary here? No. Unless there's a way to... Character doesn't skip leg day. Oh, excuse me. Damn, if only this one had collision, it would actually be perfect. Uploading. Anyone tried the free Has Paint layer add-on? I think Snardom has. I don't know if Snardom's here at the moment, but Can't be this slow. Also, it's just so noisy. I just have to go really slow. Okay, let's turn down this strength a little bit more. Viewport hidden objects still affect baking. Thunder. Interesting. I think Lectio is referring to baking within Blender. If you export them, you're fine, but oh, gotcha. Turn off the render icon. Gotcha. Good. I'm gonna try push. Do I still have collision on? Why is it slow? I don't have collision on. Similar note, factor added relative to the size of the radius to limit cloth. So I'm assuming lower the less influence. Reset the copy of the mesh that's being sculpted. So if I set persistent, I should be able to undo anything I make right now. Well, it seems to actually run faster with that on. Radial. Plane. Okay, so something is limiting my influence. Set dynamic. What are the perfect settings for this? My normals always give me a black result, and I just couldn't figure out why. But besides that, got some good baking on most stuff. I wonder why people use other programs for baking. Are third-party programs giving better quality? A few reasons. My main reason for using other baking is because Blender is very limited on how you how you can grab what you want to bake. In Blender, you can only bake one object to another. You can't bake a collection of objects to another another collection of objects. You can only bake one object to another, which really prevents you from being able to do things like bake mesh ID maps. So, for example, in my book that I baked recently, all the stitching and a bunch of the different objects I'm able to mask out because they are separate meshes. But in Blender, that's just not possible. Or it is possible, but it's kind of, you would have to go in and bake out different vertex colors, assign different vertex colors. It's not like a given. That makes sense. Yeah, Blender's good if you're doing just like one object. I do think the moment you're doing a lot of objects, it gets if you're doing a single object, Blender is perfect. If you're doing a lot of objects like clothing and a body and this and that, then you're going to start encountering issues. Or specifically, like you have one item and you need yeah, I think you see what I mean. Plus, Instamat is free, so I will be promoting the heck out of Instamat because fuck Adobe. But and it's good, and it is good, so I definitely recommend it. I use Simple Bake Atom, which served me well for most simple stuff. Okay, good. Now, why is it so broken right there? It's so broken. Let's go ahead and apply the multi-res. Take the middle, rip it, select this side, delete it. Take the middle again, 0.6, SX0. We will go into this vertex group weld, assign this here, add a mirror, turn off merge, add a weld, and weld only the weld. Might need to make the shirt a little bit longer. Overall, though, it's looking pretty darn good. Just because there's going to be a big tail right there, too. But I am obsessed with this boundary loop cloth sim, so we'll do a little bit more of that on this side. Hello, this is for game or motion picture? This is for a game. So most of the work I do here is for a video game called VR Chat. I work with individuals to make their personal characters. So right now we're adding adding some clothing to one of my client's characters. By the times your advanced course seem a bit more manageable by Europeans, that's tempting. Good. That was my hope. That was my hope. It's more manageable for me too. Thankfully. Oh, I see how that works. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, that's actually pretty useful. So I could do this. Hello, Nesh. Welcome back. Hi, Sam. Just want to know. Want you to know I did not buy a Quest, but I did buy a PC and surprised it works so good. I want to tell you that because you made me love VR chat. Hey, I'm glad to hear that. I hope you're having a great time. Certainly a lot of fun, creative things going on in there, so I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear you're enjoying yourself. Woo! Woo! Interesting. Like a candy wrapper. The fall off is not great. um, oh, interesting. That was way faster. Whoa, that's so much faster. What the heck? That was just this? Just my... The auto... I didn't think the auto masking would be that slow. Wild. Definite candy wrapper vibe, 100%. All right, gotta go. Thanks for showing me some new tricks, Sam. Absolutely. You sent me on a good direction, Electro. Looks so weird being fast now. Well, it does. Something's wrong. It's too good. Yeah, it's way faster. Wow. Interesting. But I can't make the brush too big without breaking it. I think. Actually, no. Let's take that back. Oh, wow. There's a balance right there. Is there a speed? I have cloth sim. I would love like a sim speed option, or maybe I just need to turn down the strength for that. That looks quite good. Oh yeah, look at that. And that actually feels like a fucking cloth. All right. This one I might try the grab brush. Let's turn off the masking. So I think that's slowing things down more than I assumed. It is, but it's also still slow. It's also still slow. Reset it and then try that again. That's fast. Okay. Turn down the strength quite a bit. Maybe a bit bigger. Interesting. Not quite what I want, but I'm intrigued. It's alive! It's alive. We'll try this one more time. Deformation, push. Radial. We'll turn that up again. Close to being useful. Then it's just too strong again. It's like useful, but then too strong. I'm having a tough time figuring this one out. I feel like it's not quite there. Are you sure VR can withstand all that polygons? It's a very good question, Zundel. And what we'll be doing is going through a process called retopology. So we're going to build a simpler version of the mesh, the shirt and shorts that will go on top of this. And we can bake all these details into a texture. So it won't look, we won't have the geometry, but we can still save the look into a texture. All these wrinkles and stuff like that. So kind of get the best of both worlds with that process. But it does take some time to set up. Right. But no, VR chat cannot cannot withstand that many polygons. You have to be pretty highly optimized with your characters in VR chat. That looks quite good though. Excuse me. These shorts are actually a little different than I have them. They should have a on the side. So how can I do that? Let's mesh it. Multi-res. Gotcha. I may end up remaking these again. We'll see. We're going to make a new group called waistband. We're going to assign this to a new group. We're going to go to geometry nodes. We'll call this one waistband. And what we'll do is get a separate the geometry. Actually, no, we want to delete geometry. Take this here. Our selection will be the named attribute waistband. Now we can isolate the group. Right there, greater than 29.5. Or we actually want less than. And then we can take this geometry, we can extrude it as one object, just a little, say 0.001, something like that. And then recombine. Join the geometry with our original. And now we've got a nice little band on the side. It looks pretty good. And in fact, I want to add more to it. We'll do these ones as well. Now we've got some nice geometry. Perhaps even we will subdivide the extruded portion so we get some sharper edges. All right. Good stuff. I got a little bit of thickness there. We're basically going to do the same exact thing, but before that, we'll take our group input. We'll drop that right there. And now we can extrude selected. That's what we'll call it, extrude selected. Because we're going to duplicate it, and we're going to make a second group. We'll call stripes. Cool. And on here, take our stripes, boom, boom, grow them, assign them, and call it stripes. Voila. Interesting, we actually get kind of two chunks there. So let's put this above. And then also, I guess we would want to make sure these groups don't conflict. We'll select the boundary loop. Boom, boom. Remove. Perfect. Still got a little tiny bit of overlap. Woo! Excuse me. Thank you. Let's just say equals 1. Integer. If it is not equal to 1, what? We have a float, named attribute. If it equals 1, delete it. So we want to not delete it. If it doesn't equal 1 for our attribute, then we delete it. Why am I not seeing anything? I have my stripes. I have my waistband. Ah. Well. Right, I turned them off. Good. I guess what I would actually want to do is not include these as part of the main object. So what I really want to do is remove these and create a new object here, something like this, which we'll call shorts waistband. And then add in that geometry node. Extrude selected, which we will get rid of this. Or no, we won't. We're going to switch this to be a collection. Which we'll call or object. And then we can drag this into object info, set it to relative. Then we extract the geometry, do what we want to do to it, which in this case, the shorts. We would like the waistband. Yay. And then we also will duplicate, and we want the shorts stripes. So, right. There we go. And then for this as well, we can also take our extrusion and put it here. Extrusion scale. And this will let us adjust the thickness of this as well. Something like that. So that way we get a nice little overlap. That looks good. That looks quite good. All right, good stuff. Now for the shirt, let's add a solidify. Get some thickness. All right, very cute. Wow, 4:20 already. I'm gonna go to the restroom really quick. Be right back. I have returned. And hello, welcome back, Phoenix. Welcome, welcome. We're working on some shorts right now. Hope you're having a good day. So these shorts in the reference photo do actually kind of pull up right here. So I'm going to try to... They're more like this than what I have currently. Yeah, that worked pretty well. And the stripe on the bottom, yeah, it's more like that. Power of geometry nodes. Fucking love it. Genuinely, geometry nodes are the best. They're the best. They really are the best. That's not a joke. Now for our shirt here, I'm gonna go ahead and apply that multi-res. No, not yet. Not yet. Let's start on the shoes, because he's got some detailed shoes. Shoes. Oh my god. Shoes. Make a new collection for the shoes. We'll start with a plane for the bottom of them. We certainly have quite a bit of detail, but we should be able to move pretty quick. First, we'll add a subdivision. We'll turn up. Hello, Popstar. Welcome. Then we'll add a solidify. And then a there. Okay. So that's the start. Of the shoe. It's got this little padding on the inside, a little bit of an edge. Looks pretty cool. We'll start with a cube for the next segment. Add in a subdivision surface. Those paw shoes are so cute. Can't wait to see them modeled. Me neither. It should be pretty fun. Subdivision always struggles when you want sharper edges and flat parts. It does. It does. I've been tending to use the bevel modifier more often now. It just seems to do the trick a little bit better. Also, hello, Magnus. Welcome. So that's this segment, and then we also have another segment wrapping around the toes. So that is actually two pieces here. Why not use creases when using the subdivision modifier? Creases will only make them sharp. They won't round it. Because I want it to be rounded here. But I don't want to add too much geometry. Yeah. And I can still up the subdivision amount here. And kind of keep that sharper but rounded edge. But rounded. And do like a half crease. You could. Just kind of depends on the look you're going for. I always find that I end up spending too much time tweaking a subdivision modifier. So I've really tried to kind of avoid using subdivisions as much over the last, I don't know. I don't really have a time frame, but I've started to use them a lot less because I think that I spend too much time cleaning them up afterwards. A lot of times. Not all the time, but enough. But I will use this one to crease and make the corner sharp. Don't know if I needed to do a cut like that, but we did it anyway. All right. A little bit more like that, I think. Okay. So now what we'll do is separate this one. So take this segment here and here and crease it and rip them. Maybe not crease it. Definitely rip it. We're gonna duplicate it. And on this one, we'll do this. So we get the nice edges. And on this one, we'll delete the middle. After we will run one more cut on those. Okay. I think overall we just need one more little cut there. Right, time for some snacks and movie from me. Have a nice rest of your day. All same to you, Arctic. Enjoy your movie, enjoy your evening, and enjoy your snacks. We'll see you tomorrow. Stay cool. Stay frosty. Hopefully you can avoid the heat a little bit. Okay. We're getting somewhere. This could be a little bit thinner. At least up top. I guess these are socks too. Are they socks? I don't know. Support. All right, just keep going. Keep going. We're going to take this one here, duplicate it. All right, not quite there on that. Getting there. Trying to build it in a way where you don't have to retopologize. No sculpt. Um, that would be awesome. I don't think there's a way for me not to hard surface, hard surface objects where there's a lot of distinct shapes, and they're like a robotics or stuff like this. It's pretty hard to not to do it without retopology. I think the only way would be to keep all the objects completely separate. Like rather, if I didn't want to combine any of these, then maybe I could do no topo. Obviously, you'd still have to do some level of it, but we'll see. I may do that because I do think that a lot of times with hard surface, you end up with just like kind of unusable topology or like really weird. Like it's just hard to work with. So I do think that there might be something to be said for trying to keep all your objects separate. Oops. All right. Not too shabby. A little too thin. Okay, let's make a little torus. Do a plane. Let's do apply the mirror. Apply one level of subdivision. Edge loops. For each of these edges, say circle. No, I could have just done. No. Yeah. Okay. Leave that one there. Alt D. Actually, before we do anything, all these rivets. Add a mirror. Set the mirror to the shoe. And then Alt D, duplicate. Shift Tab, align rotation. And we're off to the races. One, two, three, four, five. A little bit bigger. I should unscale these. Scale them here. Okay. 4:53 already? My goodness. This is fun though. I'm really enjoying putting the shoe together. Worth the time. It's looking so cute. Thank you, Nammers. I think I made it too tall. Should be a little bit squatter. Should be a little bit more like this. Or probably like this. Need to get that kind of hourglass sort of shape in. Okay. Good. Probably use geometry nodes for this one. I'll apply the subdiv. Apply the solidify. I'll apply the solidify. That way I can select this. Call this sol assign. We'll do a little geonode object here. Now, I have to remember, I have to do, so this will be, I have to do this as a separate object to do it properly. So we'll do extrude selected. And we would like to sample here. And we want the sol. Perfect. I guess we'll make a new one. Extrude selected and scale. So I would like to scale it. I don't know why it's got this little chunk though. It's from the bevel. Something's wrong with my beveling. Using weight on an offset. Do percent instead. It's still garbage. Okay, let's get rid of the bevel then. Not sure why that's happening. I don't know. But now we got a nice little sol. on it. It looks pretty good. I think I would actually prefer there was a way for me to delete the boundary, right? Delete the boundary a few times and then extrude rather than scaling. Because scaling's nice, but it is not accurate to the object. So what we want to do is another delete. And we'd like to delete the boundary edge neighbors. And it's definitely a comparison. Less than, do an integer actually. Then, sure. Less than 2. Seems correct. I guess we just need to subdivide again here. I was hoping that'd be a little nicer. Maybe I'm deleting points, but I can delete just edges. Just faces. Worse. Okay, just points. All. Yep. That is a little disappointing. Oh well, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay, next. On our shoe, we do have this strap right here. So that's what we'll want to make next. I think to do it, we're going to just cut right here. So that's where it basically is. And we'll put another little cut in the back so we have a pure quad mesh. But now we can select this section. I have a feeling that this corner is a little bit sharper. Hmm. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. This one's just floating out here. Okay. Gonna try making some clothes for my Abby finally today. Let's go. I'm excited to see that. I'm so nervous. Well, you shouldn't be. Well, definitely feel free to review this video. I go over a lot of what I do for it, for my clothes. At least for the high poly versions. Oh, I did not notice the cutout here. That is quite a bit different from our shoe. Sort of. I mean, we definitely can add it easily enough, but I had not... Or the difference, the main difference is just that this character does not have the digigrade leg quite like that. Okay. I think we'll call it there for today. Good work. Learning some new stuff about how to model clothing, things of that nature. I think we'll be able to finish all the high poly sculpting for the clothing tomorrow, and then retopology through the week. I'd really like to get my spellbook done, but we need to get this done first, so we'll see. See what the timing is there. But for now, let's take some screenshots, and then I will call it a day. I was really hoping I could have learned how to do a better shader. That was my real hope today. But you win some, you lose some. So instead, we ended up learning better clothing sculpting. So that's good. All right. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out with me today. Hope you're all having... Wow, it's so dark on my camera. But I do hope you're all having an amazing Tuesday. Tomorrow will be Wednesday, and then we'll be halfway through the week already. Maybe it sounds stressful to say that. But thank you all for hanging out. I really do hope you're all having an amazing, amazing day. I will be back tomorrow. We'll do another full day of work. Thank you for streaming. See you tomorrow. Sound absolutely Namorous. Thank you for hanging out. Good luck with your clothing. Look, definitely share photos. I'd love to see what Namorous is wearing. Looking forward to seeing that outfit. But enjoy the rest of your day, Namorous, and everyone else that's lurking out there. I hope you're all having a wonderful Tuesday. Catch you later. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.